Hey everybody, welcome back to Astronaut Lounge. I'm Poppa Stonks, and today we have an update from Coinmerge. CMOS is a Web3 platform, social platform on the Ethereum blockchain as its governance token. We've got Funk with us today. He is the COO, and he is going to tell us a little bit about the project. Funk, just give a brief recap of the project for anybody that doesn't already know, and then we can get into the updates.
Yeah, well, in fact, I could kind of do it all together in one thing because we created a new landing page here, and that kind of is one of the updates, and it kind of does give us an overview of the project. So previously we had, if you went to coinmerge.io, it went to the CMOS product that you kind of see on the screen right now, and that was kind of it for our company, but we added another product, and we also wanted a landing page for, just our token and our business, more so than our token, a landing page for our entire business, Coinmerge Technologies. We're a C Corp out of Texas. Been in the space for 2 years as of June or July. It'll be 2 year anniversary of launch since July and 2 years anniversary of the CMOS product in the end of September, like October type time period. So with that in mind, we created this new website to kind of give an overview of what our business is and everything that it does. We've got two main products. The first one is CMOS, which we've had for a long time. Coinmerge Operating System is a web tool that hosts dozens of decentralized applications to simplify your trading, connecting, and tracking of cryptocurrency. And our second product is Web3 Shards, which is brand new, which I'm going to be going over, showing a screen share of, which is stop changing on me. An innovative, fresh approach to layer 2 cryptocurrency data sales. So essentially what Web3 Shards is. Yep.
Real quick, can you check your connection on that mic? You're cutting out a little bit.
Okay, is this any better, or am I still struggling here?
No, that is a little better. It was just sporadically cutting out a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that. On Microsoft Edge for whatever reason. So what do? We have three main branches of our company. One is CMOS, one is Web3 Shards, which is the data sales for Web3 data sales. And also we have all kinds of different things that we kind of help tokens, kind of in a launchpad type way, where we can we have our own marketing branch, so we do tons of AMAs. If you haven't heard of a Coinmerge AMA, probably you have. I'm guessing everyone here has. Like we host Twitter Space AMAs. We have a lot of different tokens come talk to us on those, and we kind of utilize it as a way to push their projects forward, to get them to new audiences. And we are a marketing company in that sense, that we help tokens promote themselves and get themselves out there. And one way we do that is through the CMOS ads. We got chart banners, newsfeed ads, staking. We can add staking to our platform and more. And then we just have so many friends in the space that we kind of take people through the full suite of things. So if people want, to get listed on CMC and things like that, we support with that. If people want to get trending, we know people for that. We're partners with Assure for KYC services. We can get people in contact with developers and DApp development. Web3 data is our Coinmerge, our shards, which I'm going to go into a little bit later. And then, we can help people make smart contracts. So really, in terms of come to Coinmerge, whether you're like someone who's very experienced in the space, who has a lot of money, or you are someone with no experience in the space who has no money, or any combination of those two, we can find a way to help your cryptocurrency. Like anyone can come work with us and we'll find a way to help your cryptocurrency, whether that's getting more marketing for it, getting more eyes on it, getting it in the, in the public sphere, helping with the development, helping with ensuring confidence to investors. And we have tons of free options for that. So we can really hit basically everyone. Coinmerge Tech was an idea that started over 2 years ago by a group of crypto and technology enthusiasts. Since inception, we've evolved into a multi-product enterprise poised, in our opinion, of course, to revolutionize the Web3 space. Our name and reputation has become a staple in decentralized finance in the Web3 ecosystem through our growing social presence among platforms. So that's kind of the rundown, and this is kind of our little landing page website. It's nothing to write home about. It's pretty simple, but at the end of the day, it does what it's supposed to do, which is funnel people to these two new products. So that is kind of an overview of our business. Hopefully I did an okay job there, Poppa Stonks.
Yeah, of course, man. So, when you go to the Jesus, when you go to the Coinmerge site now, where do you log in? Like to the platform.
So that's this CMOS. So you click enter CMOS, and then you're taken to the Coinmerge platform. So I could sign in.
There it is.
Yeah. So it kind of funnels people to this product. So this product is called. I'm just going to. I'm going to show Web3 shards first, and then I'm going to use my other browser where I'm already logged in because I don't know, I'm blanking on my username and password. So let's talk about our new product first, Web3 shards, and then we'll talk about CMOS afterwards. So this is one of our products, Web3 shards, and this is the newest one that we're most excited for. Well, we're equally excited for both, but this is, the fresh new tracks, on the album, so to speak. So what Web3 shards is basically crypto data as well as other data APIs to help developers. And I'll kind of go through and show some of the different things we have on here because it's really, really cool. We have data on demand. So basically, we can use APIs to get historical or complex aggregated data. So we can use this for, if you want endpoints like holder counts or just, the basics, volume, things of that nature. So like you can get chart data, trade data, price data, pair data is just some of them, some of the different options here. And we support tons of different coding languages. You got Python here, C++, Java. So we make it really cool, easy for developers to do that. One thing to note is that basically from this product, and I'll connect this all to the token a little bit later, but developers will spend 89% less on average than the cheapest competitor. So we are 90% cheaper than the next cheapest competitor for our data sales. So we do think we're going to take a huge percent of the market share because of the way our infrastructure works and also our like schematics, just the way, we get the data, we serve the data to the users. It costs us like 10 cents per million or something. We're able to sell it $1 per million, where I think the next cheapest is, especially for aggregated data, is like anywhere between $8 and $50 per million calls, depending on who you go with. So we're way, way cheaper in that capacity. So we can basically have data messenger, which is get filtered data delivered to your server directly. Use our dashboard to link your endpoints to custom filtered on-chain data. So like, for example, incoming messages, a new block, or new blocks or new tokens, new listings, things like that, as well as news, like crypto news. So we'll add APIs for all those different things. So developers that might want to add it to their platform. Blockchain hooks, we subscribe to the backend to blocks, logs, transaction filter rules. I'm not going to go through everything here because most people here probably aren't developers, but understanding that the competitors that are kind of building these things are well in the hundreds of millions of market caps in terms of valuation. We're confident that this is going to help lead us to be a successful business. Plug directly into the blockchain, fast way to consume on-chain updates. We can see all these. This is a sample of our data. So, we see all these live trades. We've got crawlers kind of just watching for all the transactions that happen on the Ethereum blockchain. So, if anyone ever wants to get this kind of data, we can see all these Pepe trades coming in, as well as Colt DAO, some other Andy. So some big names there. We have live charts. We built our own charting system, comparable to Dex tools, comparable to Dex Screener. I guess Gecko Terminal is one now. So basically what's cool is we'll be able to allow people to buy the chart data directly from us through our API, or just iframe our charts onto their site for as many charts as they want. So, and again, we're cheaper than all the competitors in this capacity as well. So we have lots of amazing data to sell. I don't know how else to put it. Integrations build on any platform. We're supporting as many languages as possible. So Unreal Engine, Unity 3D. This one's big, Unreal Engine, because there's not been a lot of blockchain and Unreal Engine games, things like that. Unity, Godot, Node.js, Androids, and just a variety of different languages that people want to build our data into. This is cool too. So our gaming engine gives plugins that give access to Web3 Shards products, any blockchain data that they need to integrate into their games. We're going to make it really, really easy for developers to, put crypto data and turn their game from a Web 2 game into a Web 3 game in that capacity, and have cryptocurrencies, NFTs, things of that nature. Different gaming engines here, Unreal Engine. And this is the last kind of piece of what we sell here. JSON RPC calls. If you don't know what those are, just move on. EVM could help you engage your community. So we're going to combine Discord, Telegram, and the CMOS chat rooms, which I'll show you CMOS in a little bit, to let community members stay where they want, but still get all the information. So imagine you're in Discord, you get to see all the messages from Telegram. If you're in Telegram, you get to see all the messages from Discord. And likewise with our own chat platform that we built out, because we built our own chat servers and chat code. So we'll be able to connect all those different places, and you'll be able to kind of see all that stuff as one. We're allowing for crypto tax filings because we do scan the entire blockchain, both historically and live through webhooks. People will be able to, do their crypto tax filings through us as well. And then with our webhooks, you can stay up to date with the latest crypto market updates. So we can have, live news that comes in from cryptocurrency towards them. So that's a lot to go over about what Web3 Shards is. Again, the pricing is extremely cheap. 10 million calls with BitQuery is $200 a month for their aggregated historical data only. So like 50 million calls, again, that's like enterprise level quantities of data from some of these competitors. And so we're just pretty confident that what we're going to offer is going to be so much cheaper than the competitors that people are just going to choose to go with us. Also because we do solve the problem of combining aggregated data with live data, which is one thing that most data providers, for example, like, yeah, you can get live node access, so you can get the live data, but you have to code all that script yourself, things of that nature. And they don't do aggregated data quite as well, I don't believe. I have to go do a little bit more market research into them, but same with Alchemy and all these other things. We're scanning the blockchain direct and aggregating the data on a NoSQL database to basically sell it to customers. So this is our new product. I'll take some time, Poppa Stonks, if you want to talk about this at all.
Yeah. You might want to just kind of mute yourself while you're not talking. You can. All right. Yeah. I don't know. It sounded like you were in a wind tunnel for a minute. So let's touch on how are people going to utilize the charts and data on their own websites? Like, if I wanted to put live charts, could I interchange those charts? Would people be able to just search a different chart on my website if I was to integrate that onto there?
Yeah, let me show you. It's really easy. I mean, you obviously have to know a little bit about coding enough to implement an API. But for example, say you're using JavaScript, are using my screen share here. Here's an example of the API endpoints. As long as you had a key for them, you could put chart data /shib. And then, if you didn't want shib, you could basically erase that and put the token that you wanted, and then it would output you the code to input in JavaScript into your platform to basically put that chart in there. And again, I'm not a developer either, but basically we make it really, really easy for, here's the output of the data from this code. So, essentially, we do make it really, really easy for developers. We also have documentation for all this. And again, I support one of these works. This is not live yet, so some of these don't work. I'm trying to figure out which one of these things works. I don't know which one. But essentially, we do have pretty robust documentation when this goes live. So the beta of this, as you can see, the landing page website is live. People can sign up now to get on the waiting list for beta. But the beta will go live in June and July, where we'll actually start selling all this data to all the different clients. Giving it to them for free for the initial people that sign up. And then we're going to start monetizing in August. So, by then we'll have a lot more documentation to help, the developers get from A to B what you're talking about. But yeah, you could put any single chart into your site, and you could even create, a front end tool to change the charts for people. So if people wanted to have like their own charting service in their site where people could look up the different tokens, they could do that through us.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was getting at. Like, would they be able to just type in the token and search that?
Yeah, they could. Again, it would cost It would be cost API calls from us, so they would be paying us to do it, but they wouldn't have to develop their own service for it. And like I said, basically at 90% less than all the competitors' price, it's a steal to be able to do that and add that to your platform. And I don't know why you'd go anywhere else.
So, how much, just a rough ballpark estimate, like how much would it cost for me to get that on my website, to where people can actually search different tokens and pull those up on my website?
I mean, it would depend on the usage. So I wish our Web3 developer, who's kind of is a genius and we're lucky to have met, was here. But I do know that for us, when we were running an entire charting service, we were hitting about 5-6 million calls a month, and that was for all of Coinmerge.io, and we were exclusively almost a charting service. So we had a couple hundred people a day hitting different charts. So that with us, that would be about like $7 a month.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think I could cover that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that's kind of what we're looking to do here is change this industry and take a huge percentage of the market share. Because when we were doing it, just the historical data, not even the live data with BitQuery, and it was, like we said, I think it was $200 a month we had to pay to get that data to do that. And so we really built this thing coming from crypto developers who built CMOS, the platform, which I'd love to share now, which is like our journey into building all the different DApps that people have in cryptos, from swaps, charting, asset trackers. Like basically we tried to build all these apps into there, and we just ran into so many problems getting data that, like, if we had this when we started out, we would have saved thousands of dollars, gotten to what we wanted quicker and easier. And so we hope that we can provide that to new developers to help push their products and their ideas forward.
Yeah, for sure. Before we get into CMOS, right now your main revenue source is from marketing. Doing the AMA, selling ad space and banners and stuff on the CMOS platform. Now, what is your burn rate for the web shards, and how much revenue do you guys estimate that you're going to be bringing in on this?
Yeah, so for Web3 shards, the burn rate is, I would say it's about $1,500 a month for all the infrastructure for it. The lead developer is working for equity, so zero burn rate on him, between me and you and the people here. So yeah, I'd say just running all this Web3 shard stuff is going to be somewhere between $1,500 and then $2,500 a month, depending on how many customers that we have for that. Other than that, we have about $17,000 in developer salaries a month from our other devs that we have that we have to pay money to, sadly. So overall, I'd say our burn rate is about $20K a month currently.
Okay, that's not bad. And you guys are covering that alone with just the the revenue from the marketing.
Yeah, between the revenue from the marketing plus private investors that kind of believe in what we're doing. Not venture capitalists yet. An angel investor was first who helped fund. So we have a lot of runway already, but we have even more VC meetings for an actual Series A with venture capitalists, and we've had like 3 or 4 meetings in the past 2 weeks, and every person that we show our pitch deck to and show these products to, we're getting in the door, and we're getting a lot of response. So we're pretty sure we're going to do another series of funding pretty soon. So obviously, and in terms of revenue estimations for this, I could pull up the pitch deck, but I'll pull up the pitch deck. I'm not going to share it with you guys right here just because I don't feel like it. But basically, yeah. So in year one, we're looking to get. I'll screen share this. That's what I'll do. Not screen share. I'll put
there you go.
A screenshot. That's what it's called. A screenshot right here. So total acquisition market is 5 million developers. The current market valuation of Web3 as a whole is 27.5 billion with an estimated amount of 81.5 billion. This is from our pitch deck that we kind of bring to VCs. But our year one goal is to get 0.1% of the market or 5,190 subscribers. I think we estimate that they're going to be paying an average of $10 to $20 a month or something like that. And so that's going to represent 145K in revenue in the first year. Year two, we're looking to get 1% of the market share, 60,000 users, which is 1.1 million annual revenue returned. And as we go up, we're looking at 5.2 million, 9 million, and 11.8 million ARR as our goals in the next 5 years for in income just from the Web3 Shards product itself, not even including our other branches.
All right. Now, do you want to kind of touch on how much of that is going back into the project for development? How much is going back to the token holders, and how that's handled?
Yeah, so essentially what happens is for any of our products, including Web3 Shards, not out the gate, but very shortly after, we accept CMOS, our native token, as the primary method of payment and the method of payment that we prefer. So, of course, we have to pay, our burn rate, which we said is 20K, but any income on top of that, definitely we prefer to come in as the CMOS token. So we offer 10% discounts on all our products if people pay in the CMOS token, so they're highly incentivized to do so. And then we burn 25% of all that CMOS sent to us to kind of add to the burn rate to keep basically keep the floor raising and keep having all these customers essentially buying the CMOS token, sending it into us, and we burned it. Since we relaunched the CMOS token, I think we've burnt, let me just type in burn here. I think we burned 1.5% of the supply, or $26,000 of tokens so far in the first month or couple months. So, and that's only with the CMOS, really that's only with CMOS in beta, making some money, and our marketing branch, which I'm sure will grow over time as well, making money. So once this revenue source kicks in and all these other revenue sources kick in, as well as we get funding, there's a ton of money that we can put into marketing the token, centralized exchanges, really taking the token to the next level. So we really are in a building phase, but we've also proven that we can earn revenue better than probably most of the tokens in this space, as I'm sure you'd probably agree.
Yeah, for sure. You guys are definitely, you've got your fingers in a lot of pies. So, let's. Do you want to touch on the library?
Well, this is the library.
Okay.
We rebranded the name library to Web3 Shards. We think it's cooler.
Okay.
We like the logo, and it's we kind of gamified it a little bit and made it a little bit more fun. Library sounds kind of boring, especially for blockchain developers. Especially for blockchain developers.
For the big investors that were going to be buying this, buying this data, I think
it's also more professional sounding.
It really didn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, either way, you call it what you want. But yeah, that's that. I do want to touch on the CMOS platform quickly. If you don't mind.
No, go for it.
Okay, I'm going to screen share my other screen.
I'm still working on getting my page updated.
Okay, here we go. All right, so here is the CMOS platform in its beta version 0.79. We're looking to have this out of beta in July, and that means no more things that don't work, no more bugs, more optimization, more features. Basically intending it as we designed it, or pretty close to thereof, and really start stepping on the marketing. Because to be honest with you, we haven't put that much energy into marketing this platform as we could be. We have like dozens of different marketing strategies to get people to come on here. For example, like, if we say if a token can get 100 followers on the CMOS platform, then we'll give one of those new followers, whatever, money or things of that nature, like giveaways, competitions. We have Coinmerge Radio, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But there's just so many tools on here that we can utilize to actually market it, that we're excited to start doing that when we feel it's out of this beta and it's into a market ready condition, which again, it's not quite now, but we have a lot of cool stuff on here. So at its core functionality, what Coinmerge is a social platform / crypto data platform. So, here you can see a demonstration of the live chart data that we have that we'll be utilizing to sell in Coinmerge and Web3 shards. And that's the other thing, is that CMOS is a demonstration of the different types of data that we have that people will be able to buy. So it kind of one hand feeds the other, in the sense that people come here and they get to see all the data that people can look at, like the price change percentages over here in the token watch list. So it's a social platform with a crypto data kind of thing, and also some trading elements that we'll be building on a little bit later, like top gainers, new launches, newly listed, things of that nature. So we have a lot of cool features on here. So the one thing that we just came out with recently is this newsfeed. This newsfeed's finally live. So it's pretty in a very beta phase right now. But for example, you can see all these different people that are posting on the timeline. It's like Twitter in that sense. You'll be able to react, reply, reshare to your own posts. You'll be able to share images, videos, links, news, things of that nature. But what's really cool about this newsfeed to me is the way it, because we have all these other crypto utilities, the way it can interact with everything. So, for example, CMOS token posted, which is us. And if I click these 3 dots, I can go to the chat room for CMOS. If I click the 3 dots, I can pull up the chart for that token. So imagine if you're a token, a project, and you post in the newsfeed, and rather than basically like being like, all right, what's the link to the chart? What's the contract address? You can just trade the token right there, just by clicking these 3 dots. Whereas for users, you have a different menu. You could send them DMs. We'll add that in later for direct messaging users and following users and things like that. So
I'm looking at my newsfeed, and it's all you.
Yeah, because absolutely, because I'm the only person that you probably followed, or one of the few people. But as you can see, like I'm following a lot of people, so it's just who you're following. Yeah. And one thing we're going to do is make the landing page so the newsfeed is full screen, and we're going to have suggested friends, so you can start following friends of friends, and that's going to help people connect with other people on the platform. Because a big part of the struggle that we're going to have early on is getting people to follow people. How do you get people connected? But one good way to do that is to actually go to our live chat room suite right here. And then you can see all these great people. You can click their avatars. I can go to Pokey the Badger and, click from here and follow him here, send a message, add to groups. I could see his personal timeline. I could see his info, his friends, follow them, the projects he's following, some of his NFTs, things of that nature. So yeah, you can just come into this live chat room, and anyone can go into the community lounge and shill their token. By the way, anyone can list their project absolutely for free. They could just go to the projects page and click new up here in the top right, and they can upload their banner, upload their image, and they'll automatically get added. They'll get their own chart. They'll get their own chat room. They get added to the voting page. So if you're a token and you're interested in basically, wanting to get free banner ad in the header here, you can come here and basically vote for that. I need to ask our dev to upload appealing protocol. They need to send us their banner ad. So yeah, at the end of every week, whoever has the most votes on the voting platform gets a free banner ad. They get tweets from us. And by the way, any single project that lists with us gets free tweets as well as new listings, newly listed. And we kind of see them here: Solarium, Wonka, Pepe Coin. So a lot of free value on here, and then a lot of paid value as well if people want to get. One thing we are going to be adding to the newsfeed in short order is sponsored posts. So although Poppa Stonks isn't following anyone, he'll see, a Coinmerge ads. He'll see a Coinmerge ads, and that will get sent to every single user regardless of who they're following. So so tokens will be able to promote with us, and we're going to probably be charging pretty cheap for those initial posts because we are still in beta for that. So, even if it's only like $40 to get a sponsored post that shows up on everyone's newsfeed, whether they're signed in or not. So even people visiting, we have a lot of different ways to monetize this swap. We have an NFT marketplace coming in here. So there's just a lot going on here, obviously, as you can tell, and it's kind of this cool little dashboard. One thing that's cool that we're setting it up for is for it to not be two screens, because right now you see it's two different screens, and you could choose the different utilities. Yeah. I could have the chat on the left. I could have the news feed on the right. I could have the chat on the left. I could have the charts or whatever I want. I get two screens at the same time. What we're actually setting this up to be is more of like an actual operating system, which is where the CMOS name comes from. So you'll be able to have a view in full screen. You'll be able to resize the screens. You'll be able to have multiple chat rooms open at the same time, almost like AOL Instant Messenger, how you can have all those little chat rooms, and you'll actually be able to minimize them to the footer. So you can actually have multiple things open. Like you could have multiple trait swaps open. So you could be swapping one token and another in a different blockchain even. You could have a bunch of chat rooms open on the footer and just click them and they just pop up and you can resize them as you want. So it really becomes like a customizable dashboard entirely built in JavaScript. Took a lot of work to build this and get this to where we want to get it to, but we're making some good progress on it. So yeah, that's the CMOS platform. That's our other product. And we think it's a good way to funnel users into the data sales as well as into our marketing branch, and all the different branches of our company really feed each other in that capacity.
Yeah, I think with the upgrade, I got booted from the community lounge. So
wait, you got booted from the?
Yeah, it says I'm not allowed to message without being a member.
Is there a become a member at the top?
I've clicked on that thing so many times just while you were talking. And I click join chat in the menu.
That's weird. I'm going to talk to our dev about that. But as you can see, it's 0.79 beta. Things like that are why it's in beta and not live. It's going to be all these things little kinks are going to be worked out by July. But that is strange. Unless I banned you, maybe I banned you.
You might have. You probably did.
It's probably an accident. It's probably an accident or something like that. But I'll get you.
You can't ban the verified members, man. Come on.
Yeah, I can't ban. But yeah, see, I could very easily have accidentally clicked this because there's no way I'd choose to ban you. But that's probably what happened is I banned, because if I'm clicking around or something and I accidentally clicked to ban someone or something, that maybe that happened. But I appreciate the feedback and what's on here and kind of beta version of it, and of course feedback that you see that we
like this
the whole time.
Just this past minute or so.
Okay, well that's my presentation anyway. So that's it.
No, you're good now again. So I don't know.
Oh.
So yeah, I think as far as the platform goes, obviously, I'm not very active on there because I'm always stuck here. And it is much better. It is much better on the desktop version than it is.
Yeah, well, the mobile. We have a lot of. Am I still choppy or no?
No. You're good.
Okay, because one thing that I will say is we do have a lot of optimizations for the mobile version, especially Android. Coming this week is a performance upgrade for it, so it's going to be smoother, quicker, better experience there. But in addition to that, the one thing that I heard you mention is I'm always on Telegram. Well, that's an issue that we all have. Why would anyone use a smaller platform when Telegram is where all the people are? And that's one thing that if you go back to web3shards.io, that's one thing we're doing, right? We are connecting the Coinmerge chat rooms to the Telegram chat rooms. So you could create a group for Astronaut Lounge on Coinmerge platform, and you can stay on Telegram, and any message that people send from the Coinmerge platform will show up in Astronaut Lounge. And any message you send in Telegram will show up on the Coinmerge platform. So that way people don't need to, you won't be missing out if you're hanging out on Coinmerge, looking at charts and things like that for what's going on in Telegram. We can connect those, and Discord for that matter. So you can even reach all three audiences with our combined APIs to like connect all these different chat rooms into one giant community. So that's one thing that sucks about crypto is people are spread out.
Now, when let's say if I'm on Coinmerge, if I'm on CMOS, and all my messages, everything is going out to Telegram and Discord. Are those messages that people are replying in turn coming back to the CMOS, so I see them there too?
Yep. They're both communicating directly. So on CMOS we'll have more control. So we'll be able to probably take the avatar that you have in Telegram and post it if it looks like your name. Telegram, but on Telegram itself, it'll probably have to be like a CMOS bot message from Ghostwriter. I'm just picking some random name in here. Message from Ghostwriter, and it'll say like, "Hey, have you guys thought about buying this token?" It'll say like from CMOS or whatever. So probably won't be as like amazing of a user experience if you're on Telegram or Discord, but if you're on the CMOS platform, it'll have it'll look like it's part of the UI. So that's really cool that we can do that on there. And then, same thing if you're on Telegram, you'll see like a Coinmerge bot will say from Darren on Discord, and it'll say his message and his image or whatever he posted. But you'll be able to see all those different things all together by just combining those. So I think it's a really cool thing that we're trying to do there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Now, how about let's talk about Coinmerge Radio.
So Coinmerge Radio is kind of going to be the final horse to cross the finish line of our platform. It's a lot of work because we're going to, code up our own basically voice chat services, and basically we're going to be a competitor to Twitter Spaces as well as these voice chats here on Telegram. So we're going to have tons. It's another great way to market and get people to CMOS, because we can say, hey, Poppa Stonks is having an AMA in the Astronaut Lounge on the CMOS Coinmerge Radio on that platform, and we're sponsoring it because obviously it drives traffic to our people, and we're giving away like $200. So come create an account, come join on Coinmerge Radio, learn about the project that he's bringing, and so on and so forth. And basically, we can drive traffic to there and get more and more people using Coinmerge Radio, which we hope will be a better user experience than Twitter Spaces, because Twitter Spaces, man, I know. And I think we can, and partially I think we can because we don't have the same scalability issues that they'll have, at least in the short term, because, we particularly market to the demographic that is decentralized finance. Whereas, they have every single person on Twitter, so they've got to have like an army of servers and like just insane scalability stuff to manage, as well as, the disorganization that comes with being an industry that large and that kind of broad. So I think that we're going to have a better user experience, a cleaner user experience, and less bugs than them. And more crypto features. For example, because we're a cryptocurrency platform, because we're going to have our own connections to swaps and wallets and all those different things, you can just choose who to give for like a giveaway. We'll integrate that into the platform. So instead of Poppa Stonks like closing his eyes and dragging his finger along the user list to pick people, he can just click send 3 random users $10 in whatever token he wants to send, Ethereum. Let's BNB probably. So then he'll send the BNB. He'll confirm. He'll send the BNB. He'll confirm the transaction, and among the listeners, it'll automatically just get sent out to 3 random people. It also takes away the bias in it. It's going to take away the people being like, "You never picked me for the thing, and I was there. Excuse me, sir." Like that kind of stuff. So just being able to like take all these different things that we do in crypto and be able to like actually integrate the crypto features directly into them instead of relying on like bots and like all these hacks and workarounds. That's our goal ultimately.
Awesome. Now, so say if I'm hosting an AMA on Coinmerge Radio, so obviously people are going to be able to tune in on the CMOS platform. But is it going to be available to be streamed on other platforms like Telegram and Discord, kind of like the chat? Would it
Yeah,
be able to go?
I would love that kind of multicast capability, and I definitely think because I know it can be done, it will be done. That's kind of our motto. So absolutely in the long term, we want to be, because I mean that would be even better. Because can you imagine going to Coinmerge and you're on that and you're simultaneously broadcasting to your Telegram community, you're simultaneously broadcasting to your Twitter
Discord.
Spaces and things like that. So now I think Twitter Spaces would be a little bit. What's hard about that is because I've even used some of the existing multicast ones before, I believe, and like you're not sure. Basically, sometimes people are only hearing one side of things. Because let's imagine you have an extra Twitter speaker or something like that.
Yeah.
Then that might not be coming through Telegram through that. It's only the lead speaker in some ways that does that. So maybe we can create a basically a way that
That would have to like aggregate all the APIs into
all the
one.
voices,
Where
all the
yes, all
sounds
the
into
voices.
one. But we could maybe do that if and only if they were doing the platform on Coinmerge Radio. If they were doing the the voice chats on CMOS Radio, then we probably could aggregate all those data and have it come through one account. The entire audio combination could come through that one account on Twitter Spaces. The Coinmerge main account would have all the voices from all the different speakers. I'm sure that we could do that. Again, it's something we haven't looked into because if we were to do that, that would be more like a Q1, Q2 next year type of thing.
Yeah.
We got a lot. As you can see, we have more utility than most tokens do. It's a lot to take on, and especially the fact we're doing it at such a low burn rate is impressive to me, at least, that we've been able to. And I'll give credit to our CEO on that. He's a penny pincher, but it's important we don't run our company into the ground. I mean, we've been around in the space 2 years. I mean, how many cryptocurrencies have come and gone in the past 2 years? So longevity is important to us, and so is scalability, and so is growing over time. So in my opinion, the CMOS token is a long-term hold. We do have this catalyst in July where CMOS version 1 is going to be live, and the beta of Web3 shards, we're going to start actually delivering that data to clients and get all those people talking about it. So we do have upcoming catalysts in that time period where we are looking to obviously hit some strides with our token, hit a hard reversal, hit some new higher market caps, new all-time highs, things of that nature around that time. But in our opinion, we are a long-term hold. We've been around for a long time. We've maintained value for a long time. And, it's a thing that you put a moon bag in and or not, whatever you want to do. But we don't need you to. It's a zero tax token. Yeah, I mean it's a zero.
Staked yet.
Oh yeah, we have staking. It's a zero tax token, so we don't actually gain anything by your investment directly. But that's good. We strongly believe in that zero tax because, if at 1.5x you truly 1.5x. And you didn't get like nickel and dime on the way down, especially because we have a really strong liquidity pool. We still have like $195,000 in pooled ETH value. So it does take a little bit of money to move this thing, but on the flip side, it takes a lot of money to move it down as well. So it is a pretty stable long-term investment. And the good news about one thing I'll also say briefly before we close off here is, a token that has high liquidity, that's all that matters, not market cap. Because, take a look at SquidGrow, who, I'm a fan of, I'm a holder of. They're not mooning in price all the time, but they've got this absurd amount of liquidity that at any time, if they wanted to, they could thin out that liquidity and make the token moon because they have all those funds to do so. So I really believe in a strong liquidity pool, specifically for utility tokens as well. So I'm proud of our liquidity pool ratio that we have.
Now, when you guys are doing these like buybacks and burns, are you taking some of that and instead of burning, are you pairing liquidity and throwing it in there?
We haven't been adding to liquidity in any capacity yet because not only do you need the tokens for it, but you need ETH to pair it with, which is obviously, being a zero tax token, that's hard. Again, I think that where we're at, I like our liquidity pool to market cap ratio. If we get large funding, we do we have flirted with making a bone pairing because we have a lot of bone holders in our whale chat.
Mm.
So one of them offered to maybe make a bone pairing, but no, we don't have any kind of ways we're automatically adding to LP at this point.
Okay. Do you, as more revenue comes in, do you maybe eventually plan on doing that?
I'm definitely
Take
open
half
minded.
and take half and buy the token, and take the other half and pair it, and add the
Yeah,
liquidity.
I think we would want to do that absolutely, because at the end of the day, we want people to be able to sell. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We don't want to hold people hostage. We don't want to have them look at 10% price impact and then one person just finally decides to pull the trigger and the token's over. We want people to be able to sell. We want the liquidity to be strong. So, yeah, I mean, it's a at funding type of opportunity. I mean, like, would we choose to get a centralized exchange listing, which would be adding another liquidity pool as well by definition?
Mm-hmm.
Probably we'd choose to do that before just adding liquidity to this pool, which already has a pretty strong pool. So, or starting new pools with new pairs, things
Mm-hmm.
of that nature, because that adds to the liquidity as well. So, no, all those things we're definitely interested in, but we do want to see the price come up a little bit as well in the short term, to kind of, because
Right.
that does bring hype and attention, and it does bring new people in, and then adding liquidity to back their investment at higher prices is good too, although less effective than it's a complicated question you're asking me. It's very
Yeah.
philosophical.
Well, I can say this, man. The price itself. I mean, you guys have been holding pretty strong. You had a good launch. Launch went, I don't know what, 2, 3x, and then, but you had the super thick liquidity as well. So, it couldn't just moon, even though if it would have been another token with low liquidity, the thing would have mooned.
No,
And
it would have gone
I
crazy
would,
because we had like 120 ETH come in, and
yeah.
you know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it's like in
I
in the
know. I
first,
was there.
like it's like we had pretty good volume, but like it just we had such a strong LP that. But on the flip side, no one took home 10x profit and was able to just like take the bag. So like a lot
Right.
of people probably made money from that, and a lot of people broke even. And if a lot of people did lose, then they were pretty low in loss. Like they weren't that much. I think a lot of people, that was a good trade for them. And so we're proud of that. We want people to have good trades. We want people to make money from us.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely was. And oh, I forgot my other question. I had a whole nother question that I was going to ask, and I just spaced it. All right. It happens. Oh yeah, so tell us a little bit about the staking. What kind of APY is on there? Is there any locking period?
Um, I was gonna show this too. Yeah, it's a 5% APY and no locking period. So it's basically, it's a long-term hold. It's sustainable staking, and you earn 5% token bonus per year, and there's no tax in and out, so you can unstake it at any time, which is cool. But one thing I do want to show off really quick, since I'm right here, is how up to date, how quickly these transactions come in compared to Etherscan. So I'll wait till a couple more come in. I'll click the most recent one, 8 seconds ago for that one. It might be even just the UI thing, but the other one I clicked was 3 seconds a second ago. So the trades that come in, they're like up to date here. This one is 4 seconds ago on Etherscan. So really quick data from that. Anyway, I got distracted by that, but
So,
yeah,
do you have any ability to like track wallets and stuff? I
yes,
mean, I know you're
yes,
pulling. Yes.
yeah.
So,
So
if I
basically
wanted to
anything.
track a certain deployer or something, I could do that and get the data faster than you could off of Etherscan.
Yeah, basically as faster. I mean, anything Etherscan or BSC scan has, including write functions, which we were going to have on CMOS too. We're going to have on the CMOS platform or in Web3 Shards data. So entire histories of transactions for tokens from start to finish, including all the links to all the wallets. And, if you want those wallets data, you'll get all the assets that are in there from the major blockchains. The first blockchain we have is Ethereum. We had Binance, but our node provider for BNB passed away. So our new BSC node should be live in a week or two, and we'll get our BSC data back. Unfortunate circumstances there, but we're adding Arbitrum as well as Matic in the next month before Web3 Shards goes live. So those will be our first 4 blockchains, and then we'll probably want to add Shibarium and some of the other, wherever the people want the data from. It'll be on request. So if you're listening now and you own a project or whatever, and you want cheaper crypto data, live crypto data as well as aggregated, we can get a new blockchain added in about like a week, provided we have the funding for it, a week and a half. So we can add a ton of new blockchains. So we'll just kind of see what people want and where the money is, and kind of offer that data. Because again, like, why would you get Etherscan data and then BSC scan data? The fact that those are 2 separate sites and 2 separate payment plans and 2 separate APIs drives me nuts. So we plan to like aggregate all the blockchains and offer it all for, like we said, 89% cheaper than the next cheapest competitor.
Nice, man. I love it. I do need to get my tokens staked. I do need to do that. I actually just uploaded the wallet again yesterday, just to see what my balance was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the staking's not bad. It's version 1 of like our staking app. It definitely has a little bit of work in terms of UI and UX, but we did have it audited. It's completely secure in terms of the smart contract and things of that nature. So 5% APY, no locking periods, take it in, take it out. It's just a way that people, when they're holding, still feel like they're earning without, just sitting around doing nothing. They know that at least they're earning new tokens. So the next time we hit that next moonshot, they'll have more to sell.
All right. So yeah, I got some people that have some questions. So I'm going to open it up, and Hussein, go ahead and you can ask your questions, man.
Yeah. So my biggest concern is most of these APY projects, they tend to fail. Like you've seen Celsius, right? And they offered some crazy APYs. It was like around 5%, and they ended up going bankrupt. So how do you guys look to sustain it in the long term? When volume is low in the token, how do you guys plan to give out such high APY?
Well, first of all, I don't think 5% APY is extremely high. I think it's pretty sustainable. 2, when we run out of tokens, the staking will end. So, the staking will last at its current stake rate. It looks to last about 3 years. And after that, we won't offer staking for our token anymore. Or we'll have accrued so much tokens from revenue, we will add more. We'll decide when we kind of get to that point. But our product is not about staking. It is not about APY. That is such a small facet of what we're doing here and all the different revenue sources, as well as business models that I've gone over.
Appreciate it, bro. That makes sense.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree. 5% is not super high, especially when you guys are, you do have tokens coming in from revenue, and you are able to, refill those pools if wanted or needed. But,
yeah, we're very conservative for a crypto company. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, yes, high APY is awesome, initially, but it is not sustainable. So, I would rather have something slow and sustainable, especially in a long-term hold, than something that is going to potentially harm the project and cause too much sell pressure.
Yeah, and in addition to that, it's no lock period, so there's no downside.
Yeah.
It's just a little perk. That's all.
Right. Yeah, just to benefit the early holders.
Exactly, to give them something to do while they wait for the moonshot.
Well, I think it's going to be a slow and steady moon. Obviously, with the Web3 shards, it's going to speed up a little bit with more revenue coming in. So, but as it is right now, it's just been slow and steady every week. Whether the chart reflects that or not, there's still money coming in and getting bought and burnt in the token. So, and that's weekly. So it's just, whether somebody sells or not, the long-term holders are still rewarded.
Absolutely, and definitely, to be fair, with the relaunch, that was a catalyst. We put a ton of work into that, and we did 3x or whatever. So we did have some long-term holders exit, and good for them. And now they're not there to exit in the future. So it's one of those things where that does explain, some of the price drop up until this point. But we still have buy pressure, like you said. An ETH or 2 ETH or 3 ETH is coming in every day. It's just that there's a little bit of volume in and out every single day, and people have their eyes on it, and they're watching the price and waiting for the next catalyst, which in my opinion is July. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Yeah, and you guys had before you had the V2 and migrated, you had BSC and ETH, and now it's strictly on ETH. And I think probably a lot of those holders that got migrated from BSC over to ETH might have got a little panicked, like, what if I can't afford to sell this thing in the future? So,
yeah,
because, gas prices started spiking, volume started coming back into ETH, and gas prices started going up. So they might have just said, well, I probably should take some out now, while I'm
absolutely.
able to afford the gas.
And with any project, and this is like true across crypto, if people don't see in their near view, not rear view, but like their near view, when or why the token is going to increase in valuation drastically, they will sell and move their money to something else. And so that happens with every token, whether you're Squidgrow, whether you're Shiba Inu, whether you're, Matic, whatever. If there's not like an immediate catalyst on the horizon, that's like a token is going to ebb and flow in value, and ours is no different. And after that launch, that all the attention was on us, all the hype was on us. We had tons of volume, tons of like the eyes on us. And when that wore out, people don't see the next thing for a little bit, so they move their money out, they move it around. And then, when it's our turn again, the money will come back. And that's how crypto works. It ebbs and flows with hype and valuation.
Oh, and it gives Poppa dips to buy. So
yeah, Poppa dips. What is your alter ego?
Poppa dips.
Poppa dips. I like it.
Yeah. Well, they were calling me Papa buys the Toppa. Papa Toppa in another chat.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, I was doing it. I was drinking a little bit, and I was doing it on purpose. I was just buying the tops of every pump.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have. This market is wrecking people, man. It's like it's so weird. It's like the blue chips pump, and it's like only Pepe is the only token in the world pumping. Apparently, it's like okay, like it doesn't matter what other token you're in, it's down. So everyone's losing a lot of money these days, but market will come back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've seen a lot more volume, and people will rotate. They will rotate out of Pepe. They'll take some profits, and it'll go on to the next one. So it's just how it works.
Yeah, it was. I wonder if AI season is coming to a close. Tough to know.
Yeah, I think it's meme season now.
I think it's meme season.
It is meme season. It's meme degen season. Everybody be careful. They're not all going to be winners. I tell you that.
No.
They're not all safe. Some of them will rug.
Yeah, man. Fair play. Hey, thanks for the interview. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming. I know you got another AMA to go do here in a little bit, so get you something to eat or get you something to drink, and good luck in that one. As far as the prizes, guys, I will announce that. But this has been another awesome AMA, another update from CMOS Funk, thank you so much for coming and sharing. And everybody else, thank you for attending.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I
With that,
appreciate it, guys.